Dusty, can you take us through your decision-making process to pull Luis Garcia in the middle of the at-bat, and then why you went to Yimi Garcia right there?
Well, number one, he wasn't sharp. He'd given up a 2-out home run, gave up a couple more hits, and we couldn't get Javi, because usually we give him a whole inning to get loose. And, Yimi gets hot, the quickest out of the bullpen. He's the best that we had, with runners inherited. And, like he's Garcia, according to the stats, is a better hitter, left-handed than right-handed. And so that's why we went to him, because he wasn't sharp. And like I said, Yimi gets quicker than anybody. We'd have started him off with the 0-0 count, but, he wasn't loose. And so when he threw the first ball, still wasn't loose, and then he threw the second ball, we thought he had enough because he wasn't really sharp tonight.
On the left, Danielle, then Brian.
Dusty, what did you see on that play in the fourth with Grandal when it seemed like he got hit running to first base? Can you describe what you saw?
Yeah, that's what I saw too. And, the umpire said once the ball's in play, unless he does something intentional to, to interfere with the ball. But clearly he was running inside. That's interference, in itself. That was a big play because we didn't get an out. We didn't get they scored a run. And, that was a big play in the inning. They got 6 or 7 ground ball hits that could have been a double play, any of them. And then they got the infield hit, which really started things. They got a number all night. They got a number of 2-strike hits. Grandel's was a 2-strike hit, a home run. And it's just, it was a bad series of events for us. The ball went bouncing our way in the second, third, or the eighth.
Did the umpires give you an explanation why they didn't call interference, and was that?
Yeah, they gave me an explanation. What good was explanation at that point, And I was arguing the fact that, especially him being a catcher, he knows, what he was doing. That was a smart play on his part, and that was the explanation that they gave me, that they didn't see anything wrong with the play.
Staying on the left.
Dusty, when you brought in Greinke, it seems like he might be someone who could give you some length. And could he have kept going beyond the 21 pitches, or was that a matchup thing with the righties coming up?
Well, it was a combination of things. Like he hadn't gone any more than 40, and he was really good against the lefties. Like I said, a couple of freak plays. They had soft contact plays. Greinke, he threw the ball well. And, we thought that was enough for the amount of workload that he's had on him recently.
Second row on your left.
Dusty, what do you feel happened overall, big picture in the third and fourth inning? You guys are up 5-1, and obviously that's a good team. It's a playoff game. It's on the road, but all of a sudden it's 9-6, and that game completely got out of hand.
Well, things. That's how things usually happen our way, and it happened their way. Tonight, like I said, he had Luis with 2 strikes over there and ended up walking him. That was a big play. If we get him out, Luis Robert, he might have still been pitching. But, he walks him, and then, all hell broke loose.
Up front on your left.
Dusty, do you know who you'll start tomorrow, and what do you say to your guys after dropping this one?
No, I don't say anything to them. They know. They know the importance of tomorrow. They know the importance of today. These guys have been here, many, many times. We're starting Urquidy tomorrow.
All right, Dusty on your right, Bruce.
Dusty, what are your challenges against Rodon tomorrow?
Well, it all depends which Rodon is present. You know, I mean, he's, according to our reports, you know, he hadn't been throwing quite as hard as he was before. And, but, you know, maybe the rest did him well. I mean, we'll see tomorrow. We'll see which Rodon that we'll be facing.
Back to Chandler on the left.
Dusty, what did you see from you guys at bats after the fourth inning? Obviously, we don't see you guys strike out a ton, but what did you see just overall from your at bats?
I mean, what I saw was some quality pitching and some momentum, and the fans, you know, really got, you know, behind them. And, you know, I mean, it's no secret they got a real good bullpen. You know, they got an excellent bullpen. You know, we got to Kopech. That's how you say his name? Yeah, I mean, we got to him, you know, pretty good, which usually, you know, most teams don't. But their bullpen, you know, they shut us down. We didn't score, I think, the last 5 innings.
Brian.
You mentioned momentum. Are you, how concerned are you about you mentioned momentum. How concerned are you about a game like this, swinging the momentum, that carrying over into a big game the next day?
No, I'm not worried about it. I mean, the momentum goes, you know, day to day. And, you know, we've been in the game so long, you see one day you don't get any hits, and the next day you get all the hits that you want. You know, they got all the hits that they wanted, you know, today. And so, you know, we got to flush this one and then come back tomorrow.
All the way in the back on the left, Scott.
Dusty, can you tell us more about what you've seen from Urquidy this year, and also just how, you know, he's got the playoff experience as well, and, you know, what you've seen from him in the past in playoff times?
Yeah, I mean, I like, you know, the team feels comfortable and very confident playing behind Urquidy. You know, like he's unfazed. You know, he was good down the stretch. So, you know, we got full confidence in Urquidy. You know, he throws strikes. He throws near strikes. You know, he changes speeds. I mean, this guy, you know, he can pitch. And, you know, we feel very comfortable playing behind him.
Jesse in the middle.
Dusty, just curious, did you or Maldonado argue that it was intentional by Grandal? Did you try to make that argument?
Well, I tried to make the argument that, you know, he did get in the way. I mean, he didn't throw his shoulder or throw an elbow or anything like that. You know what I mean? And I told him that was similar to a play when I was in Washington that I think it was Javi Baez got in the way of, you know, touched Wieters, our catcher, on the third strike, and Wieters threw the ball away, and then everybody scored. And, you know, that's what I told the umpire. That was very, very similar to that play that we had in Washington that we came up on the short end as well.